probably EQing. You know, everything's going to be, you know, board mix basically.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So
got you.
If
And that's on the skills test too, right? You make a quick board mix.
Yeah, we're gonna have you do a board mix.
Okay. I wouldn't have got that right.
Yeah,
man.
if everything is
on
coming
1
out
and
of
2,
1 and 2,
yeah. Because that's how I usually just do stuff like that.
Yeah, then you'll have, you know, everything coming back just on those 2 channels, and then you'll be doing all of your mixing and everything in the box.
Okay. All right. Bet. So when you got them cascaded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or whatever, that's when you're mixing outside the box on the console.
Mm-hmm.
But if you got just 1 and 2, you're mixing in the box.
Right.
Bam, gotcha.
Yeah, all your painting and everything.
Oh, my bad.
In there primarily.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, it's just a personal preference thing. You know, however you like to work. I prefer to board mix. I know a lot of guys that prefer to work in Pro Tools. You know.
Well, why do you prefer board over Pro Tools?
I'm just faster on a console, more efficient. You know, I like, you know, with unless the only exception there is if I have a Surface controller, then you know I'll. Maybe I'll do that.
Like a Digio 2 or Digio 3 or whatever you prefer on that.
Yeah, Control 24
okay, so check this out. Say you do a board mix, right? Mm-hmm. And boom, you doing a board mix. Boom, you run out of time. Oh snap! I gotta go. How you messing up your mix then, right? So how does that work after that? Like what's up with that?
Well, okay, yeah, that's the one thing. It's in terms of recall, you know, unless you have a console like the DM2000 where you can save scenes, or you can even do it with the SSL here. It just takes a lot longer to recall. But you know, this will take snapshots of whatever is going on.
That's what a snapshot is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I saw that. I was just trying to mess with the little Digio 2 over there, and I saw a snapshot over in this joint. And I didn't know what that was. So that's what it was. It recalls your fader locations.
On the O2.
It's got a snapshot button on the O2.
Oh, that's a good question. I've honestly never noticed that. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I was just
on the
messing
O2.
around with it a while ago, and I seen it, and I was wondering what that was. So is that what it does? It takes recalls your fader locations?
It may be. I don't have a definite answer on that. I'll find that out.
But I mean, on traditionally, is that what a snapshot does?
Pretty much every time I've heard that term used, that's been what it is.
Okay.
You know, like we're gonna take a snapshot of the console, you know, for recall purposes.
Okay.
So you know, but you know, with this, what it is you know, it'll pull up, you know, like channel strips on this screen, or actually, you know, we'll have it projected up on this big screen, and it'll kind of show you your channel strips, and you'll have to, you know, just manually go through and set everything back to where you had it the day before.
Okay, all right. I know that was kind of off the whole situation, but I just kind of wanted to know.
Right.
FYI.
Yeah, actually, what I've lost my train of thought now. What were we talking about?
We were talking about
in the box versus out of the box.
In the box versus out of the box.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now.
Just a preference thing, really. However you like to work.
Okay. So right now, channel 1 out there, channel 1 microphone is coming in through this one. Channel 2 microphone is going out and returning from this one. It's going out and returning from 1 and 2. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah. So
we there now.
So we're in 1 and 2, and so we don't have to patch anything because again we're just we're normal then. So actually we're in mix mode. Can you hit record over there? Make sure we're in the right mode. And actually, I do that a lot on skills test. No, I'll put you in mix mode before we start the test just to see if you're paying attention. Okay. So yeah, look at that. Make sure you're in record mode.
Make sure you're in record mode.
We are. Where's our?
Make sure you're in record mode.
I think our condenser mic is in channel 1.
So you gotta turn the
fan power on channel 1, and we can just turn the pre's up to about 12 o'clock. That'll be a good place to start.
All right.
We're going 1 to 1, 2 to 2. So we can route that direct.
Those 2 are direct. Okay.
And we're in flip mode. So the small fader is sending our signal to Pro Tools.
How do you know you're in flip mode?
See this 2 routing?
Alright,
green light. If that's on, then that means the small faders
flip like that.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, and so this is normally, you know, this is how people work. So most likely this will be how the board will be set up when you come in. But that's another thing to look at, you know.
And so these are your sends,
Right.
and these are your returns.
Yes.
And so if you flip, if I push this button, these are your sends and these are your returns.
Yep.
Okay.
You got it.
All right.
Oh, yeah, reverse them over, yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay, so so this, we raise those up. That should be getting us a signal to Pro Tools.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check. A little bit there.
GTG.
And so not hearing anything until we turn up the big faders.
Uh-huh.
And so now, if we had somebody out there making noise, we would be able to hear them in here.
Okay.
So now, next step, we need to get this signal out to the headphones so they can hear themselves.
Okay. Yeah.
So headphones, the Q stereo here is normal to QA. And so you'll just push those down to turn them on.
Down.
And you'll want to make them pre-fader.
Pre-fader.
That way, nothing you're doing out here is affecting what they're hearing.
Okay.
And
All
then,
right.
Turn them up.
Turn them up.
However loud they need them.
And they could control it out there based on.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They
All right,
have
cool.
volume control on their box.
And is that's the main volume out there? Well, these boxes are different. I ain't really, because like I said, I be at G a whole lot, and I know how to, route the auxes or whatever.
Yeah, let me show you.
I know how to route the auxes to each, 1, 2, 3, and 4, so they can, do their music or whatever like that.
Yeah, these are they're not multi-channel, so it's just a stereo box. Got a left and right, can volume control, and just one headphone output. And the way they connect is just coming out from QA there. Plug into the box.
All right. You're a movie star today, Robbie. How you feel? Like reality show.
You're gonna be on YouTube tomorrow.
Why you playing?
So I'm trying to get this system down peg.
Okay, so all right, so now we're going. We can hear our talent. They can hear themselves. The next thing would be getting some reverb out there to the
Okay,
headphones.
yeah, let's do that.
So nothing's normal, so we'll have to patch one of these reverb units in.
Define that term. Nothing's normal.
Normal? That's hardwired. Is kind of another way to say it.
All right.
So like our old studios, like old Studio A, we had on all 4 of our aux sends, we had those normal to reverb units. So instead of having to patch, you could just, they were always there.
Okay.
So you could just turn it on, and that went
there.
to
Yeah, that's how G is. Aux 7 is automatically reverb, so you just go.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just like that. So here, we don't have that, so we will have to patch this. So for a sidechain, what we're gonna do is we'll come out of these echo sends, which are your aux sends. Echo's funky British lingo for aux.
Okay.
So aux sends to a reverb unit, and we'll go to, let's see, how about the PCM81 here?
The right and the left. Okay.
And so,
right and left.
going
And
aux
then-
sends into the oops.
Okay, that's in.
I'm looking at this all upside down. Yeah, so PCM81 input there. And then we'll come out of the PCM81.
Oh, so the top. Okay, the top is the label for the one down, for the down hose. Okay. Gotcha.
And we'll come out of the reverb unit back to this echo return.
Oh no! Wait a second. Okay. And this is side chaining, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So this is just going from. Let's see. Okay. These two are the headphone mix over there. That's going. This echo sends is the echo send for all. Right here, all the way across the board.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
That's for all the way across the board.
Right. So
And it's going from here, basically going from here into that unit, getting processed.
close. Remember, this top one is your Q stereo, so that's your headphones.
Oh, it's going from here.
Yeah,
My
our
bad.
auxes, these 4
Okay,
mono
all
auxes
right.
are below.
So it's going from here. This is the same thing as this. It's going into your unit, getting processed, coming out of your unit, back into here.
No.
Or
Yeah, you had
does
it
that work?
up
How
until
does
the
that work?
return. So the return is coming back right here in the master section, we've got these 4 stereo returns.
Oh, shoot.
And so it's a completely separate channel.
Oh God. Okay.
So
Steve.
so yeah, you might have been thinking, you know, with an inline patch, yeah, we would send and return on the same channel.
Okay. So
With sidechain, we're sending from these auxes 1 and 2 here from our microphone channels. So, you know, same as that, push them down, turn them up, and that
hold on.
should...
Man, you did that fast. What was that you just did?
Oh, you know, our auxes 1 and 2 here.
Okay.
So that's our send to the reverb unit. So we'll need to, you know, push those down to turn them on, and then turn them up to get signal to the reverb unit.
To the reverb.
And so now...
So this is sending... Hold on. This is...
That's why I'm recording it.
These are sending... This is... What is this? Left and right or something?
Right.
Okay.
Well, yeah, echo send 1 and 2.
Echo send...
On each channel.
1 and 2
Right,
on
so
each
those
channel.
are-
Echo send 1... What is that? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what we just patched. So...
Okay.
So back over here, echo sends 1 and 2 going to. Oh, we're all
Okay.
tangled up here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Make this a little more organized.
All right, so let's go. Echo send 1 is going into left.
Right.
Echo send 2 is going into right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, dang. Yeah, tripping. Okay, so what I just did, I just took this aux 1, which is that, and put it into the unit.
Right.
Now, with this one, left and right, I'm taking it out of the unit and putting it in the echo returns.
Right.
And echo return, okay, now that's where we're at now. Where are the echo
Right.
returns at?
Well, we have to start. Well, yeah, we already turned our sends on and turned them up.
And
So-
these are your sends right here?
Yeah.
1 and 2?
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Just do it
All
real
right.
quick. Okay. So if let's get this going. What do we got? Program bangs, chorus and reverb. Okay, that should
Program
nice and
banks.
crazy sounding. Okay, so
So
if I go out there and make noise, you should see input here
Okay.
on this unit, but we're not going to hear reverb just yet.
Hold on, check this out. Let me see what I'm gonna do. Show you what I'm gonna do. This is Biggie Smalls.
Perfect.
You gonna do this? We can try this right there.
That'll work.
R.I.P. Biggie. Alright, leave that there. So, you got signal. The style is played out like on the winner. What you talking about, Willis? The thrill is gone. The black Frank White is here to excite. Throwing dick to dike. This is what? I want the fortune like the
So
wheel.
that's our
Okay.
channel 1 mic. Okay, so yeah, auxes 1 and 2
Okay.
here. So we'll turn those
So I'm
on.
sending.
And if we look at the reverb unit over here, when we turn this aux 1 up, that's going to be our left side.
Come on, will you rest that
And then
surrender?
aux 2, turn that
He's
up,
the
that's
number
gonna be
one
the right
contender.
side. Okay, so we've got signal there, but
Yeah, turns out what?
Mm-hmm.
these auxes 1 and 2 here. So those are your aux sends or echo sends is how they're labeled here.
Okay, so right now we're not really hearing nothing.
Right.
We're not hearing it. It's just going into the unit and it's returning, but we haven't turned returns up yet.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Man, trigger.
Yeah, so
It's real.
now we go over here to our echo return number 1.
Echo
that we're
returns,
patched
okay.
into, and we turn that up.
Whoa, got you.
And there's our crazy reverb effect. Okay, so now we've got
And
to get
and this is what the headphones are hearing right now. Or
well, actually, yeah, because it was already set up for us, but
Yeah. 'Cause it's- wait.
yeah, so yeah, let's monitor. Okay, so
And that's
our-
us. That's what we're hearing. Oh, this
That's
this
what they're hearing.
This is what the okay.
Yeah.
So if this is pressed, that's what the headphones are hearing. If it's not pressed, that's what we hear.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
so if you want to monitor the headphone mix, then yeah, select Q stereo, and then and then external to monitor, and that'll let you listen to what they're listening to.
So this is what they hear right now.
Right, so they're not hearing any reverb. So to do that, from this return channel, hit this Q stereo switch,
Okay.
and Q stereo again is the headphone source, and then the knob right next to it labeled cans is how much we're sending to the headphone mix.
So this is using a lot. Is this still a return regardless of if it's on us or them?
Well, it's two different controls. So this knob,
Shit, I just
this one here is how much reverb we're hearing. This is how much reverb they're hearing.
Okay.
So cans, again, funky British lingo for headphones. So Q stereo, reverb 2 cans, and then
This is us.
the return knob down here. That's how much we're hearing. So us
All right.
and them.
We're stuck. I'm stuck. Let's do that again.
All right.
I'm stuck. I think I kind of got it, but I wanna make sure I have it. I'm stuck right now.
That's why I'm recording it. Because I'm like, sure, I don't know this stuff.
I know it's like child's play for you, but coming at you raw, styling, Allen, represent the death. All right. So at this point, let's see. All right, turn those. Start from scratch. All right.
Okay. So getting the reverb unit patched. I'll go. I'll let you do it this time.
Okay.
So we're starting out from.
Okay, this
Echo
is to
Sense.
get to the headphone mix and the monitor mix.
Well, this is just to get signal to the reverb unit.
To the reverb unit.
We've got to hear it before we can get it out to them.
All right, so we're going from left to which one we use? PCM 81.
Yeah.
To left side. Let's see if you're 100 proof. Bam. Okay. And now we're taking it. That's going. The aux, which is that aux. Yeah, this aux 1 is going left to right to the unit.
Mm-hmm.
That's out left, and it's going back to the returns.
Right.
And that's the right going back to the returns. Boom. God, why do I always do that? Jeez. Got what I need. Okay, so what we're gonna do? Make sure those two are down because that's the mics we coming into the two inputs, and
make sure those are turned up as well.
make sure these are turned up.
And the Q stereo on top.
Yeah, make sure all that stuff is up. All right, so.
And then your auxes 1 and 2 to make sure.
Make sure they're down.
Okay.
Right. Those are armed now when they're down.
Now.
Okay, so.
Now we've got signal to the reverb.
What's it? Programs, right? Make sure. What's all this other stuff? Pages, system, and bypass. Well, I know bypass.
Oh, this is. Don't worry about this.
This is. You push this button right here, the program banks.
Yeah. Program banks.
Program banks. Make sure they load it, whatever. I guess you pick one via those two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Program banks is where all the presets are, and there's like 350 presets or something.
Wow. Okay.
So then select knob. Scrolls through them.
So you don't necessarily.
And
what's all on here?
Yeah.
Just different sounds, different types of reverbs.
Yeah, it's got all kinds of stuff. These are actually multi-effects. So they've got reverbs, delays, choruses, flangers, pitch shifting. I think there's even compression on there. All kinds of stuff.
And combinations of a lot of different ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's pretty wacky effects on these things. But
all right, cool.
And there's they're kind of in banks, like these. I think there's 5 banks, so P1, 2, 3, 4, 5. P3 has a lot of just simple stuff on it.
Okay.
Snare chamber, tiled room.
How you go
About Vox chamber, why not?
P2.
And then when you find something you like,
Yeah.
just hit that load button.
Load it up.
Loading effects,
Okay,
and
cool.
we're ready to go.
Cool. Okay. Bam. We got the program loaded. So, if I want to hear it, I got it on. if I want to hear it in these monitors right here, it's that bad boy.
Right.
So, bam, y'all hear that? That's that chamber reverb. Wow. Okay, so I want to hear it in the headphones, and I got the headphones up there. That's down. Yeah, got them up there. So this what they're hearing. They're not hearing it. They're not hearing the reverb right now. And you turn. Make sure that the headphone cue, which is this one, those are headphone cues, right? Mm-hmm. Make sure those are armed. And turn them up.
That's it.
You good?
That's it, man.
Bow!
Yeah, so
Bow!
that's the whole first section right there.
You got what I need.
Well, outside of hitting record.
Okay, yeah.
You know how to hit record, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
3.
Cool.
That's what I used to use. Keep that number 3.
Right on.
All right,
so that's section 1.
Bam, section 1. Let's get it. I'm confident now. I feel like I know what I'm doing halfway. You got what I mean.
Okay, so section 2 is going to be all the mixing and patching.
On here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
console.
Mix, yeah, rough mix thing.
Board mix. So that means your outputs are. Dang, it's not cascaded, but it's. They're not coming in 1 and 2, pretty much.
Yeah,
Okay.
So,
they're not returning from 1 and 2.
Yeah, cascade everything. So, rough mix, and then inline sidechain patch, and then we'll have you do some EQing with the console EQs.
Okay. So why wouldn't it come out of like right now it's at 9, 11, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Why isn't it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9?
I don't know why. Somebody decided to cascade out starting at 9. Probably, actually, I think I know who did that. The reason he does that, and I do the same thing, is so, instead of, I think this session has, like 24 tracks or something like that.
Mm-hmm. So, I just feel like it'd be easier for me knowing that 1 is the kick, 2 is the snare top, this is snare bottom, this is hat, this is, tom. I would feel like, but in this case, kick is coming out of 9, snare is coming out of 11, snare bottom's coming out of 11, snare top is coming out of 10, hat's coming out of 12. Is that how it's coming out right now?
Right.
Like, yeah, that seems confusing to me. Like, why would you want to do that?
Yeah, the reason for it, and I do the same thing when I mix in here, is just so you can stay more in the center of the console, stay more in the sweet spot when you're mixing.
Sweet spot.
Like in the middle, in the center between the speakers. So your stereo image isn't as skewed. So, we've got 31 tracks and a time code track that we're not going to mix in.
Okay.
But, so
Engineer
32 tracks.
Sweet spot.
That means, the majority of our mix is going to be down here on these 24 channels, and then we've got a few over here.
Okay.
That we've got to work with. Well, that means when I'm mixing, I'm sitting over here by the left speaker the whole time. So, so I'll start... depending on how many tracks I have, I'll start, my cascade out at 9 or, 17 maybe, and that way
40 or something.
Yeah, I can stay, kind of, in the middle.
Okay.
And so when I start panning things around, when I slide over here, my stereo image isn't, completely skewed. And
that's what's up. That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So it's
cool.
Just a. What would be a good word for it? Logistical thing. I think that's
just a logical thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
got you.
Yeah, just another one of those personal preference deals. I mean, if you like to have everything cascaded out from 1, by all means do it.
I got you. Yeah. I mean, that's something I'm gonna start doing now. That's a whole lot easier and a whole lot more logical to do.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
Whatever works best for you.
Float your boat.
So Yeah, mixing, patching, EQing. So our sidechain patch is already done. We've gotten that knocked out in section 1, hopefully.
Put in mix mode.
So so the other thing we're gonna have you do is we'll find a vocal channel, and it looks like we have our vocal 1 on channel 24. And so we'll have you patch a compressor into that channel inline.
All right. So we're going from so it's coming in 24. So we'll take it from 24. Let's see. Studio mic inputs for the studio mic line.
Actually, we're going to be using the insert sends and returns here.
Oh, it's an insert. Compression is an insert.
Right.
Got you.
Yeah, compressors, gates, EQs, typically you're going to patch inline, or you're going to insert them into the channel. So essentially just making that unit, that compressor, a part of that channel strip. So we'll go insert send 24. And let's see, what do we want to use? We'll use the LA2A. Is pretty simple.
Yeah.
So we'll go LA2A in,
and
then
LA2A
out
to the insert return.
Right, on the same channel.
Okay, on the same channel. Oh man, that's oh god. Okay. Oh man. All right. Okay. I've always thought that you just do it with the that's okay. All right. Kill that thought process. This is what it is. All right, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, there is another way to do it, just for sake of confusion. I'm not even going to show you. Not today anyway. Later on, after you get through your skills test, we'll talk about it, but this is the way that you should do it.
Use inserts.
Right. Yeah, that's what those insert points are there for. Now, the other way to, there's...
You can go ahead. I know what the right thing to do. You can go ahead and say it.
Okay, well, another way that we could do it is, we could come out of Pro Tools output 24 and, into the compressor, and then out of the compressor back into channel line input.
Yeah.
That works perfectly fine.
Okay.
It's inline patch. It's just slightly different pathway, but, whatever. The reason we want you to use these insert sends and returns is you're not always going to be working on a big, 72-channel SSL. You're not always going to have all these patch points to work with.
Yeah.
Most channels do have inserts. Or, most consoles do have inserts. And again, that's what they're there for. They're there to, patch in these compressors and gates and, whatever you want to use.
Yeah.
Even though, those little cheap Mackie consoles we have back there.
Yeah, they got
points,
inserts. Yeah, they have insert points also.
Yeah, so that's, you should get into the habit of doing that.
Cool. I'm in the habit.
Cool.
Robbie says be in the habit. I'm in the habit.
So, okay, so we got it patched in. Let's get the vocal loop going.
What was that shortcut you just used to make everything small like that?
Oh, Control Option Command down here.
It makes all the regions, or tracks and regions compressed.
Yeah, it'll most of the time it'll kind of size your session to the screen.
Okay.
Unless you have a bunch of tracks, and then you'll still have to scroll.
Okay, that's cool.
I like that one. I use it a lot. But okay, so we got a little vocal loop here. So we should be on channel 24. Nothing. Perfect. Oh, wait a minute. Tenor bar monitor volume there.
Right.
What I wish I could tell you.
Okay, so if we look at the LA2A here that we patched. Okay, so we are hitting the compressor. So what we're gonna have you do is have you set the compressor to get about 3 to 5 dB of gain reduction, which we're actually already pretty close to. So when you start to do this, first thing you want to look at is, okay, what am I metering? What is this meter showing me? We can look at a couple of different things. We can look at the unit's output, or we can look at gain reduction or compression. How much are we compressing by?
That's not the same thing?
So, no. So this is showing us the output
Okay.
of the unit, and then if we set it to gain reduction,
Oh, you go to the middle.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's showing us, how much this unit is compressing that signal by.
Okay.
So then this one's really simple. You've got output gain, and you've got peak reduction, or compression.
Okay.
So don't get confused here, because I'll probably ask you, for 3 to 5 dB of gain reduction. Gain is not gain reduction; it's output gain. You're looking for peak reduction here. So to get in that 3 to 5 dB compression range, what I do is I'll just turn it all the way down, so the compressor's not working.
Mm-hmm.
We're not compressing at all.
Yeah.
And then just kind of slowly, work it up. And not much. And so that's right about where we want to be.
Okay.
Somewhere between, -3 and -5 dB. Okay. So, we're compressing about how much we want to. So now, output gain. Well, turn that up and down, and it doesn't really seem to have an effect.
Yeah.
So we're not hearing the compressor yet. One more step. So back over here on the channel. Right here in the middle of the EQ section.
Okay.
Got these couple of switches labeled insert.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to hit this insert in switch.
Insert in. Okay. Make sure the insert in is on.
And so what that does, that turns the insert return on. And so now if we turn this thing up, there it goes. So now we're hearing it. And so that's always a good test.
And that's just the gain?
Yeah, just the output gain.
Output gain. Okay.
Yeah, so that's always a good test whenever you patch in a compressor. Once you get it set, or even before you set it, come over here and just kind of mess with that. And, that's a really good indicator. If that output gain knob isn't doing anything, something's missing. Even if you're we're seeing the compressor work, something's hitting it, but are we getting back to the console? Are we really listening to it?
Okay.
So that's that.
It's easy enough. Alright, so let's go over that real quick.
Okay.
Alright, so
everything I thought I knew.
bow. Everything. Let's see. Like mess it up. Alright, so I'm using the insert, which is the compressor. I'm going out of channel 24 into the LA2A, which is the compressor. And it's getting processed. It's coming out, back, returning. The insert is returning right there. Simple enough. Make sure it's in mix mode. Whatever. It's track 24, which is the vocals. So everything is up. At this point, the insert, make sure the insert is in.
Right.
Okay.
And before you hit that switch, do come over here and check the output gain of the compressor, because if it's turned all the way up and you hit that switch, it'll blast you.
Wow, okay.
Yeah,
All right,
don't want to,
cool.
don't want to hurt your ears or blow up any speakers.
Yeah, blow up
or
the speakers.
anything,
I ain't got no money to be paying for that.
Yeah.
All right.
Speakers can be replaced. Your ears can't.
Word up. Okay, so, and, all right, the power's on. Make sure it's on gain reduction.
Right.
All right. And in order to get it around,
About -3 to -5 is what we're looking for.
It's going the other way. It's going the other way. Okay.
Everything I thought I knew.
Wow.
Yep. And that's it.
Wow.
What I wish I
Man, it's the
tell you.
gain right here. So, what would be the difference between, like, when would you use gain on a compressor and actually like turn the track up and down to make it louder instead of using the gain? Like what's the difference between those two?
Well, the idea is behind the output gain on the compressor is, you know, the compressor's job is to reduce gain, right? So we're compressing the signal, we're taking a dynamic range of this, and we're squashing it down to this, and so the track is going to get quieter. So I guess we'll just kind of bypass the compressor for a minute.
Okay.
And so...
Okay, how'd you bypass the compressor?
I just turn the...
turn it off?
Yeah, turn that insert return off, the insert in switch.
Okay.
And so now, okay, we'll come over here, and, you know, just to give you an example here, we'll hit the compressor really hard. Okay, so we're compressing, you know, 20 plus dB there. So now, when we turn that compressor back on, so you get a lot
compressing.
quieter.
It's compressing.
Right. It's 20, at least 20 dB quieter than it used to be. Well, now we got to get that signal back up to where it, you know, to where it was before. So that's where the output gain comes in.
And what is that actually doing to the vocal? What is it doing to the actual sound?
It's let's see, what's the easiest way to explain it? It's taking all the quietest stuff in the track, making the quiet stuff a little louder, and it's making all the loud stuff a little quieter. Make sense? So you're just compressing the signal. Actually, I can give you a visual of that. Look here.
Okay, see what I'm at.
So if we take maybe just this little section of vocals here. Okay, so if we take that little section, compression, hit it pretty hard, it's pretty good, let's see what we're getting. Well, let's go crazy with that. Take it all the way down. Okay, so this compressor is hitting you know, upwards of 30 dB of compression, so about where we were with the LA2A.
Where is the signal at? Like why can't I hear it? Because is it being compressed that much? Like why is it not coming out?
Oh, because we still got this compressor on over here too. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's still really quiet. Huh. That's kind of weird.
Maybe. Oh, it's bypass, right? So that doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. Well, anyhow. So, okay, so we'll process this. Stop that first. Process